It's time once again for That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ, where business becomes show business. Jamie is a leading Tampa Bay real estate agent and featured on the Wall Street Journal's list of top 100 real estate agents in the nation. Jamie invites you to list your home with him today and learn more at tampabayradio.com. Now, live in studio and promoting the entrepreneurial spirit that drives the American economy, your host, Jamie Maloney.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday, and welcome yet again to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. I'm back after a nice 3-day weekend. I want to thank Frank Cotto for stepping in and doing a great job as a guest host yesterday. And he revealed some of the secrets as to where I was yesterday, but we'll save that for another discussion when Frank's in studio with me. But Frank, a great partner to the show. If you can use him in any way for your lending solutions, he is a owner of Lincoln Lending Group, a great mortgage brokerage solutions company. He offers a wide variety of different lending products, from conventional and FHA loans to private money, and we'll have a great time with him on the real estate edition of the show, which airs Sunday mornings at 5 a.m. over there on 970 WFLA. And you can learn more about him over at lincolnlend.com, or pick up the phone and give him a call, 813-MORTGAGE. You drop the E, he drops the fee. Joined in studio, as always, by my great support team. Got Rick Tassada in here taking care of the photography each and every morning. Please help support him, ricktassada.com. Stephen Armstrong doing a great job running the audio on behalf of 1250 WHZ, and my producer running the live stream, Josh Vosda. Josh, good morning to you. How's everything going over there?
It's going pretty good, Jamie. How are you doing?
Getting ready for the first annual Business Show Awards Dinner. It's coming up on Monday. I'm so excited to announce that we have sold out that event. Over 140 people are going to be in attendance Monday at Center Club, and I just wish I had planned, or I guess I underestimated the demand for the event. I probably could have sold in excess of 200 to 300 tickets of this thing. So very excited about that.
Yeah, I'm excited too. We went yesterday and actually checked out everything and got the layout, so we know what we need to do to, put on a pretty great show. And I can't wait. Yeah, and we got a very nice place. I've never been there before.
Center Club is a great place. It's a business club. A lot of professionals hang out there each and every day. It's like an office away from an office. A lot of people use it as their office over there on West Shore and Kennedy. A great place to meet business professionals. We got Anthony Sullivan, who's going to be keynote speaking at the event. We got 11 awards to hand out, ranging from most innovative to best social media use, best business. Even got a lifetime entrepreneurship award to give out to one of the participants from the show last year. I promise next year's event will be much bigger now that I know the excitement around the event. To be honest with you, I didn't understand, or I guess I didn't realize the influence I've had on the business community until I announced this event.
Sold out. Yeah, next year we're going to have to get Ray J.
Yeah, maybe.
Or Amalie Arena or something.
It's Tuesdays, TBBO Tuesdays, a weekly feature now brought to us by the Tampa Bay Business Owners Organization. And on the phone line, I've got Chris Kermitzos, co-founder of the organization. And as always, please visit tbbo.org to learn more about their many great events. Good morning to you, Chris.
Good morning, Jamie. Congrats on the event, and Ray J is not too far off, buddy.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
And you can house 300-400 people.
Yeah, it's going to be a very fun event, and I know you're going to be in attendance, and we'll probably have some standing room only seats. I have a feeling some people are going to try to sneak in as well.
Yeah, man, that's a good problem to have. Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
What's coming up with the Tampa Bay Business Owners this month?
Today, actually, we're doing the tour of Lions Eye Institute. That's really exciting. And then, what are we doing next month?
We got Lions Eye Institute is actually up for my best nonprofit award. As a matter of fact, Jason Woody, who runs the organization here, they're up for the award. A tremendous organization. I mean, they've been around coming up over 80 or 90 years or so, I believe.
Yeah, I think what your show's done is given a voice to the people that, like Tampa Bay business owners, and Working Women in Tampa Bay has been featuring since we started, but your show is one of the first platforms, on radio, like terrestrial, like really giving a voice to the business community. And that's why you're finding out that they all can't wait to be at your award show to be recognized, because there really isn't any other thing where it brings all of us together besides these local organizations that you've worked with. So it's a really exciting time, and you've really tapped into a nerve here in the community. So People are really happy to be part of your show, and they're happy now to be recognized.
Yeah, there's
Now-
definitely a lot of entrepreneurs going on in the community as well.
Yeah, now you're giving awards out to people, right?
Yes, yep. Got 11 different awards to hand out, 5 nominees in each of the categories.
So have you figured out how to lessen the blow when someone becomes a loser?
No, we'll find out. This is all new to me, so we'll find out. So. But hey, no, there's not going to be any losers there. All the nominees are going to be featured on the website. They're also going to be back in here for another show interview. So all the nominees are definitely going to be awarded one way or the other. And the business talk that we're doing here, this is really also taken off in the podcasting space. We see a lot of podcasters that are doing kind of a business format and talking to different entrepreneurs. And I'm just kind of the first in the Tampa Bay region to bring it to terrestrial radio. But talk to us about your podcasting group that you run.
Yeah, listen, we started the Florida Podcast Association a year and a half ago, and it's just exploded. Next month, we have PodFest, which is one of 2 only national events in the country that teaches people how to podcast and then tells them how to monetize. And as of right now, we're sitting close to 100 attendees. It looks like we're going to have 200 attendees, which was our goal. And if anyone wants to learn more, they should just go to podfest.us and take a look. We have some of the greatest minds flying in from California, Tennessee, from all over the country to talk about podcasting. And the state of Florida is a hotbed when it comes to podcasters. But our focus this year is on monetization. And I talked to a good friend of mine who just told me recently he got a sponsor for his podcast, about $1,500 a month for the whole year, so for 12 months.
It's definitely a movement within the business community and a great and efficient way to grow your business. You can get a podcast up and running for just a few $100, correct?
Yep, and we've also, the cool thing with what we've done is we've discovered all the local people that help people start podcasts. So I've told this to other people to show up that are technicians, because I've seen more business get transacted of business people hiring these guys that are editors, and they've all popped up overnight to service the community. And I know you have a great guy that does live streaming and a great team, but
no, that guy's not great.
He is great. And what I've seen is, just a lot of business get transacted because people don't want to do the technical part, and they don't need to. There's people out there that'll help them do it for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris, as always, I appreciate the support of the show and for checking in here on this TBBO Tuesdays.
Jamie, before you let me go, I just want to make sure, do you know what today's theme is with TBBO Tuesdays?
No, what you got?
Just a fun fact, all 3 of us are Greek, and one of us actually, their family helped found St. John's, which is the Greek church in South Tampa. So you could figure out which of the 2 that is, Ted or Nick. You could ask them. But that's just a little fun fact for today's TBBO Tuesday.
All right, we'll get it out of him for sure. Chris, thank you as always for being part of the show. We'll check in again with you next Tuesday.
All right, brother. Congrats on the success.
Thank you. Again, Chris Kermitzos, co-founder of the Tampa Bay Business Owners Organization. Learn more about them and their many events, tbbo.org. Let me go ahead and bring on the guests for the show. We're going to do a group discussion today. I've got Ted Frangos, who is the managing partner for SEP Consulting, which assists small and medium-sized businesses with revenues between $3 and $20 million in revenues, with strategic planning, development, and protocols for achieving strategic goals. Joined in studio with Nicholas Paris, who is the president of Alpha Computing Solutions, which specializes in a wide range of services, including tailored IT services and solutions for small and medium businesses and their owners in Tampa. Nick and Ted, welcome to the program today.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jamie.
So, Ted, I will start with you. Tell me more about SEP Consulting.
Well, SEP Consulting has actually grown from a previous incarnation that was called Victory Business Coaching. We started back around 2004 down in South Florida, in the Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach, and Miami area, growing, helping companies grow. And about 4 years ago, I moved the company up here, pretty much for family reasons. I have elderly parents. They were getting on in years, and I just decided that while I had the flexibility and my business was mobile and I could go where I needed to go, and people needed help every place, I just wanted to, hang out with them.
Okay, you're the guys who come into the business, and you actually kind of become like a staff member almost, so to speak, correct?
That's correct. In fact, there are times when I engage with clients where I am the de facto director of operations, or potentially a role similar to that. But usually what I do is I engage with a client, we talk, we have a casual conversation, we ask them, what's going on with their business. And we tell them they can ask us anything about ours. And if our conversation continues, our engagement pretty much looks like me spending a day or so in their offices every single week, usually the same day, same time. We pretty much operate around the same meetings if that's part of our engagement. And we're not a telephone consultancy. We're not doing stuff all over the country online. And I am in the office with the owner, with the management staff, and the key employees at least once a week. And it's a roll up the sleeves, nitty gritty. We help companies with strategic planning and things like that because it's important to have that really dialed in well. But we really focus on companies where the owners know what they want, and then we come in and help them make sure it gets done.
So you're like the efficiency experts in office space. You're the guys who come in there and kind of clean house, so to speak, right? You got to get rid of Milton and all those characters, right?
Cleaning house these days
it's part of it.
It's part of it.
Yeah.
You know what? It is key. In fact, we are always encouraging business owners and CEOs to be consistently top grading their staff. Always be looking to get better. Everything you're doing has to be better tomorrow. Everything, every part of your organization, operations, marketing, staff, HR, everything.
And you offer, I think it's, a 90-day turnaround guarantee? Or tell me about your 90-day
Sure,
stuff.
absolutely will do. Our website is sep90.com, and the 90 comes from our primary protocol when we work with business owners. We will help business owners attract more customers, keep the customers that they already have, and enhance the way that they create cash flow and profits in 90 days or less.
Okay, hold that point. I want to talk more with you about that plan when we come back from the break. You're currently listening to the TBBO Tuesdays edition of That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Tampa Bay weather is a roof killer. That's why when getting your roof done, you want it done right. Hi, I'm Jamie Maloney of That Business Show. When considering a new roof or repair, talk to Westfall Roofing. They've been installing high-quality roofs in Tampa Bay for over 25 years. Get a free, no-obligation estimate by calling 855-99-ROOFING. That's 855-99-ROOFING. Find out what already 15,000 satisfied customers already know. Call now, 855-99-ROOFING.
Are you in need of new flooring or ready to tackle that home remodeling project? Then contact Yeager & Company Incorporated, a family-owned, state-certified general contracting business with over 70 years of experience and the recipient of the Angie's List Super Service Award for the last 8 years in multiple categories. Yeager & Company comes to you with their shop-at-home flooring sales service, and their hardwood flooring refinishing is the very best in the Bay. Kitchen and bath design featuring American-made, well-born cabinets, and all work is done by employees, not subcontractors. Learn more at YeagerFlooring.com.
If you've been following That Business Show on Facebook and Twitter, you may have noticed the quality of some of our images. That's because one of our sponsors is pro photographer Rick Taseda, a member of the Professional Photographers of America. You can view his extensive work by going to his website at ricktaseda.com or call him for an appointment to chat about your photography needs at 813-641-4757. That's 813-641-4757. Rick Taseda Visuals. Call him for your next event or project. In an age when the good and the better vie for attention, it is the best that stands out. The best of Tampa Bay from Proudly Florida is the love story for the city of Tampa, celebrating success, sharing achievements, a tribute to enterprise and community spirit. Let Proudly Florida showcase your business to your city, your nation, and the world. For more information, email info@proudlyflorida.com and be sure to visit proudlyflorida.com.
Have you ever tried to buy a home for your family only to find out that you don't qualify for a mortgage loan? You thought that after 20 years as a customer of your bank, they would help you when you needed it the most, right? Unfortunately, the banks of today are not the banks of our parents and grandparents, and our relationships with them just don't matter anymore. My name is Frank Cotto, and I'm the president of the Lincoln Lending Group. We all may need a bank, but we also need a Frank. And that's what I'm here to do for you today. Lincoln Lending Group will waive all of your lending fees, which include your mortgage, application fee, your underwriting fee, processing fees, and any bank points. Just call 813-MORTGAGE. You drop the E, and we'll drop the fee.
From the Bright House Networks Traffic Center.
813-MORTGAGE. You drop the E, and we'll drop the fee. 813-MORTGAGE. You drop the E, and we'll drop the fee. 813-MORTGAGE. You drop the E, and we'll drop the fee.
From the Bright House Networks Traffic Center. Good morning. Just when US 19 was getting better in the southbound direction south of Gulf to Bay, we have our second crash of the morning near Harn, and that one is slowing things down back to before Gulf to Bay. Crash now cleared on eastbound Hillsborough Avenue near Sawyer, but now another one near the Veterans Expressway. Southbound 275 near the exit ramp to West Shore crash in the left-hand lane, and northbound 275 it's jammed from St. Pete's side of the Howard Franklin Bridge up through Himes. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson Uterick Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Lead Safe America. Does your child struggle to concentrate and pay attention? What looks like ADD or autism may actually be caused by lead poisoning. Lead is a neurotoxin. It can cause permanent brain damage. Find out how to protect your family. Go to leadsafeamerica.org.
Today, mostly sunny and chilly with a high of just 59. Tonight, clear and cold, low 38. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high 64.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
And welcome back to the TBBO Tuesdays edition of That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Please help support the Tampa Bay business owners. Visit tbbo.org, and you also can support the show here, TampaBayRadio.com. Over there, all shows are available on demand, and you can peruse all the local real estate listings. As my job after the show each and every morning is selling real estate with Coldwell Banker, and I've been in business 8 years. And so if I can in any way help you buying or selling real estate, please consider me your resource for that. And if you're looking to sell your home, we definitely need some inventory on the marketplace. Please take advantage of my Sell Your Home link on the homepage. Just put in your home's information, and we'll get you a free home valuation over within a couple of days. In studio here with Ted Frangos with SEP Consulting. Learn more about him, SEP90.com, and also Nicholas Paris, who is the president of Alpha Computing Solutions. But Ted, you were talking about your 90-day guarantee for business owners when we were heading into that break. How does this 90-day guarantee work?
Well, actually, we make it easier on the business owner. It's pretty easy to figure out whether or not my work is going to help your company in the long term. So what we do is, if after 30 days of working with us, you are not completely 100% satisfied with our performance and the results you've gotten, even in shortest amount of time as 30 days, we'll give you complete money back on all our fees. It won't cost you a nickel. So basically, you'll take what you took from us for a month, and won't cost you anything.
Now, is there a certain type of niche business that you fit in well with, or can you work with anybody?
Actually, in the beginning, that was true. I worked a lot with medical people. My first life, I was in the eyeglass business, actually manufacturing of eyeglasses. So I did a lot of work with opticals, and that kind of falls into dental and chiropractic because it's the same type of, if you're in the retail setting, practice. And I did have an engagement where I learned a heck of a lot about the pharmacy, the independent pharmacy industry. And those are the two niches where I've come with a lot of background. However, it really doesn't matter. Butcher, baker, candlestick maker, we teach the art of business.
So when you get into an organization within those first few weeks, where are you headed to first within the organization? Are you looking at, the payroll? Or are you looking at staff management?
Well,
where are you looking at first?
It's a funny thing. These days, ever since 2008, most business owners, CEOs are interested in marketing and marketing and marketing and more revenues and more revenues. And oftentimes that's how I get hired, because they have the idea that I'm going to help them with that, and I can't. However, many times I'll get in the door and say, okay, we're not going to deal with marketing right now. And they're like, dude, that's why we hired you. What's up? And I kind of show them where that could actually crush them. They oftentimes don't have the systems in place to support more business, even though they think that that's what they need. If it's a mom and pop, 1 or 2 people, that's another story. But if you've got an organization where you've got a handful, 5, 6, 7 employees or more, it takes organization to have an organization.
And you're
like
not
that.
working with small companies. I mean, your niche is $3 million to $20 million in gross revenues.
We're mostly working with companies with 15, 20, 30, even up to 70 or 80, 100 employees at a time. And if you don't have your ducks in a row, if you don't have systems in place where that thing is operating and running properly, I mean in pretty much every area of marketing, operations, and especially HR. A lot of companies, they kind of treat HR as a stepchild. And they'll have a director of marketing, and they'll have a director of operations and people like that. And then their HR department will be somebody with some good experience and maybe even a degree in the associated arts of HR. And that's kind of that department. I advocate having a director of HR because what more is your business besides the people who are in it?
Yeah, and you can easily get into trouble with improper HR tactics and techniques and stuff.
Serious trouble.
Yeah. I mean it's a 4-year degree. I mean, you can get there's a lot to know about HR, and if you're just the up-and-coming business
the
owner.
potential for litigation against anybody is insane. You really have to know what you're doing, and everybody out there knows that. Employees know. They know right away when you made a mistake, and you could bankrupt your company so quickly with one subordinate saying one wrong thing to the wrong person, and it happens quickly. However, when I talk about HR, those things are out there. Let's get them covered. Let's have somebody who knows what they're doing. But the main thing to HR is, as we mentioned earlier before the break, is making sure you've got the right people in the right place all the time. And that, to me, is a full-time department that is worthy of a director, making sure that's going on.
Yeah, I'd learned my lesson several years ago about unpaid overtime. I'm sure you may be familiar with that, but you can't just call somebody a salaried employee and just say, okay, they're 40 hours a week. And so I ran into a little bit of trouble with that. I'm not going to tell the entire story about that.
We're going to leave that one.
There's a lot of stuff to know. And I mean, the fact that you can get a 4-year degree in HR should tell you something right there. There is a lot to know about HR. Let me bring Nicholas Paris into the discussion. He's the president of Alpha Computing Solutions. And Nick, I believe you're the family who contributed to the St. John's Church. Is that correct that Chris was leading to?
That is correct.
And your family, okay, so you're kind of a lifelong resident of the Tampa Bay region?
I am born and raised in Tampa, absolutely. I've lived here most of my life and have absolutely enjoyed it. And you're right, our family's been here since, I was saying before, 1906, which is a very long time, and we've seen a lot of changes in the Tampa area. It's been a really wonderful place for us to live, and we've enjoyed it a lot.
What keeps your family in the Tampa Bay region? You don't see too many people that are tried and true Tampa natives.
Well, I think it's that sense of community, especially one of the things that Chris mentioned as well is that we're Greek. And so because of that, I think we have a lot of, like I said, that sense of community and a lot of friendships and things like that. So as well as we've seen a lot of growth in the Tampa Bay area in that, I said I'm 50, so in the 50 years that I've been here, there's been a lot of growth in Tampa. I remember for me, one of the initial things that I thought was a big thing was the first Super Bowl that came to Tampa. That there was an explosion of growth in the Tampa area for that particular Super Bowl, and ever since then we've been growing.
Okay, so Alpha Computing Solutions, how long have you been in business?
Alpha Computing Solutions was founded in 1989, so we've been in business for about 26 years.
Was this your founding? Did it carry from your father? So this has been your company?
No, this has been my company since 1989. We manage IT for companies, but there's a lot of synergy between SEP and Alpha Computing Solutions. We do about the same sort of thing, except we do it on the technology side. We go in. The first few weeks is that same sort of analysis of, okay, what's going on here? What needs to happen? We talk to business owners and make sure that they understand what the interaction between business and technology is, as opposed to just talking about the new shiny penny that came out, the new iPhone or whatever. So because it's a very integral part of business is technology. And a lot of people tend to think that, it might be inconsequential, but it's inconsequential because it's always working. But the moment it doesn't work, it's got a very big impact.
And you also work with clients to get them into like a cloud-based solution and things like that. Do you find like a lot of business owners are still kind of are hosting their own files on a server in their office? And so talk to me about this.
Absolutely. So our niche is businesses that are about 10 to 50 in user size. And so from that perspective, a lot of them, most businesses will have some type of server on site. And we help manage that and make sure that it's being taken care of properly. But yes, most of them are trying to do a lot of that stuff in-house.
Is data migration that difficult of a process to get it up to the cloud? Because I'm afraid to move data across any type of network.
It's not that terribly difficult, but again, it depends on the experience. You have to have done it at least a few times to know that you know what you're doing and that you're doing it properly.
And your company's been in business here, 15 plus years or so now, was it?
26.
26 years, right? Trying to make me do math off the top of my head. Here, hold that point. I got to take a a quick bottom of the hour break. Currently in studio with Ted Frangos with SEP Consulting. Learn more about him, SEP90.com. And also Nicholas Paris, president of Alpha Computing Solutions. And you can learn more about him and his organization over at alphacomputing.com. And also it's the TBBO Tuesdays of That Business Show. So please help support the Tampa Bay business owners and visit tbbo.org and also tampabayradio.com. You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
Hi, welcome to Yeager's. We just want to take a minute and show you what we're all about. At Yeager's, our primary business is hardwood flooring, although we are remodelers for kitchen, bath, and general construction. We operate a fleet of shop-at-home vans that have all the flooring-type products, hardwood flooring, laminate flooring, tile, stone, what have you. So we're able to come out first with products in our vehicles and take a look at the setting, how the colors will work, and then to be able to come up with some options and ideas for you. If that's not good enough, we have a large distribution center that we inventory product and have a nice display area.
Was getting better in the southbound direction south of Gulf to Bay. We have our second crash of the morning near Harn, and that one is slowing things down back to before Gulf to Bay. Crash now cleared on eastbound Hillsborough Avenue near Sawyer, but now another one near the Veterans Expressway. Southbound 275 near the exit ramp to West Shore, crash in the left-hand lane, and northbound 275, it's jammed from St. Pete's side of the Howard Franklin Bridge up through Himes. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson Uterick Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Stetson University College of Law. Stetson University College of Law, offering information sessions about attending law school part-time. You can reserve your space for January 21st in Tampa or February 11th in Gulfport. Online at law.stetson.edu/part-time. That's law.stetson.edu/part-time.
Winds, Weather Center forecasts, mid to upper 50s. The high this afternoon. We'll see sunshine today. Once again, a few hazy scattered clouds here and there. Upper 30s for the low tonight. Freezing temperatures or below freezing possible to the northern counties near Citrus County. Tomorrow we'll be back into the mid-60s, upper 60s by the end of the week. Expect rain Friday as another front comes in. Impact Radio 1250 winds.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to tampabayradio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
And welcome back, everybody. You're listening to the TBBO Tuesdays edition of That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Please help support the show. Visit tampabayradio.com. And also please connect with me on all the different social media sites, facebook.com/That Business Show. And also Twitter under Jamie_Maloney. But as I just found out, Twitter apparently is down right now. So if anybody's trying to get on Twitter, it's actually on the news. Some glitches have shut down Twitter. Nick, do you know anything about that type of stuff? IT solutions, not your area?
Yeah.
Well, no, hopefully we're not under any type of attack. Hopefully it's just something internal there. But
more than likely.
Always wonder when that day comes when we get this hacker that can shut down the entire internet. Is that really possible? You hear about that stuff a lot.
Well, I have to tell you, I was just watching a segment on 60 Minutes yesterday about China actually is constantly attacking us. And, you know, of course, us in the IT industry, we've known about this for a while because that's our job, is to try to protect our clients. But, yeah, I mean, we're under constant attacks of trying to, you know, get information from us, get our latest, ingenuity and all that sort of stuff. So,
I remember it's been years ago, but I saw a group of guys were sitting in front of the Congress, and it was about internet security, and they said we could shut down the internet in a matter of an hour at that time. And I don't know if different safeguards were put in place since then, but is that possible? I mean, can a hacker be as sophisticated to shut down the entire internet, or is that pretty much
No, I
not?
don't think the entire internet, but certainly enough to disrupt commerce.
Yeah, because the internet was put together kind of haphazardly the way it was put together today.
In the beginning,
yeah,
right.
because I mean, if we were to plan this out today, it would be completely a completely different type of system. As I understand it, correct?
Right. That is correct. And so yeah, initially it was really more between universities and even kind of the government. It really wasn't intended for
commerce.
Yeah, exactly. And so that just kind of grew out of it. But then once it kind of got to that point, a whole different sort of internet had to happen.
And I remember I haven't heard about this in a while, but I remember hearing about like an Internet 2 or something being developed that was going to replace the existing internet system. Are you familiar with this at all?
Yeah.
What is that? And is that still in development, or is
Well,
that kind of went by
I
the
think
wayside?
This all sounds like Skynet.
Yeah, they're taking
We're about
over.
to get taken over by machines.
Well, I think they're still working on it, but so many people are on what's on there right now, and so it's just difficult to get everybody shifted over. But there are private clouds and the ability to kind of create your own infrastructure and things like that. So we're kind of where we are, and you see things like the Google Fiber, which they've been talking about coming to Tampa, which will also help sort of expand the capabilities of what we have right now. Fiber really is, I think, the way we need to move forward, but it's just a matter of really kind of pushing it out to all the different places that we have it.
Speaking of Skynet over there, Josh, actually Stephen Hawking was in the news this morning talking about the greatest threat to humans is technology. He's in the media today talking about that. So I don't know, maybe he has been watching a little bit of Terminator himself.
Well, there's 5 movies, so I'm sure he's seen at least one of them.
At least one of them, right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, Nick, about Windows 10. Should people be migrating to this operating solution? What's your answer to that?
Well, typically what we've been telling our business owners is not yet. Wait for the kind of the bugs to get shaken out of Windows 10, as well as what we like to do is go in and do an analysis and see what is the implication of switching, because a lot of times there's software that may not run in Windows 10. There might be drivers for printers and devices that may not work. So you could find yourself switching over, and then you got to buy a new printer.
Can you come into a company and run an analysis on the existing network and tell me, because I'm scared to upgrade to Windows 10 on my office computers, because I'd use a lot of different programs and stuff, and so you can analyze the system and let me know if everything will work or will not work?
Absolutely. That's what we do. That's the first thing we do when we come into a new prospect. We sit down, we do an analysis of their network, see what's going on, what's the hardware like, what software is being used. Are they up to date? Are they up to date with the antivirus, so on and so forth? And then we say, okay, now that we're here, where do we want to go to, and what's the plan of attack for getting there? Once we've gotten there, we help them maintain that level and grow for the future.
You mentioned antivirus, a number of different solutions out there for that. Is there a certain program that you recommend with all the different antivirus programs that are out there?
We like a product called WebRoot, mainly because it's just very light. It doesn't take a lot of resources of your computer. And so it's one that we've used for years.
Why is it better than McAfee, or for certain reason?
I think it's just proven over time. It's just a little bit more aggressive at getting rid of stuff. Plus, it's a little easier for IT providers such as Alpha Computing to manage it. So we're able to kind of, in one what they call pane of glass, we can go to one website and see all of our clients. And see what's going on at all the different locations. So it's a little easier for us to manage from that perspective. Plus, like I said, it doesn't sit there and take forever to do a scan. Scans take minutes rather than half an hour to an hour.
Are there other adware or malware solutions that we should have in our back pocket as business owners? I know Malwarebytes is a great solution, and it's free. But other services like Spy Hunter that costs like $100 a year, is that really necessary?
I would say Malwarebytes is probably it. We put on every one of our computers, we do web root and malware bytes.
Okay, so people that are not familiar with antivirus solutions should have a basic antivirus, and they should also have malware bytes. If you Google malware bytes, it's a free program, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And it saved me years ago from the FBI virus. Interesting, a virus that pops up on your screen with a picture of a cop pointing at you and says, "We've caught you illegally downloading stuff. Please click on this link to pay $300." And it kicks on your webcam too, so it's like recording you. And so you got to start the computer in safe mode, run malware bytes, and it kicks off. But it completely locks up your browser.
Right, absolutely. And malware bytes, that and an antivirus solution really should help protect you against all that. Malware bytes has actually got a pro version, which runs constantly, kind of like an antivirus software. But there's really two forms of attack that can come at you: as viruses and malware.
And the one thing I'm concerned about is that crypto virus that can shut down your entire network. It encrypts your data. How can you protect yourself against that crypto virus?
Well, as we were talking about before, one of the ways that it comes in is that it comes in from the perspective of an email or an attachment. So you need to be very vigilant about what you're opening and whether or not it's actually coming in. The other thing is I look at when I get an email and it has a link or something, I hover over the link. And at the bottom of the email, it actually says to you, where it's getting ready to go to. And I kind of look at the link and say, okay, that domain name really doesn't make sense to me. And if you think about it, if you go to like Coca-Cola.com, you know where you're going. So whoever buys a domain really wants to make sure that you're going to the right place. So if you look at some link and it's got strange characters in there, like you were saying, Disney with 2 E's instead of EY at the end, then it's just not the right, it's not a valid email.
Yeah, you and I would catch that, but then you got the employee says, "Oh, what's this?"
Right.
And next thing you know, they've shut down your entire operation. Ted, do you deal with IT solutions at all as part of your 90-day plan, or do you turn that over to Nick?
I was going to say absolutely I do. I turn it over to Nick, and it's always he's always worked out anytime that we've run into issues with IT. And although he's a network guy mostly, he has been unbelievably helpful in helping with the organization of a company's systems, because he'll help them understand why they should be on Outlook as opposed to Google or vice versa, and help get that stuff all implemented. So just a tremendous asset for us, and more so the employees, the employers that he works with.
Now, Nick, he just mentioned Outlook for email management. Is Outlook still the solution for email management today, or is there better programs that you recommend out there for that?
Outlook is pretty much it.
Still it.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. We still go with Outlook. Although Gmail is making a big push. Gmail certainly is out there trying to sort of take over, but I think primarily in businesses, Outlook is what's being used.
Yeah, so, we'll get Brooke Bark to come in here and
talk about
and
Google.
straighten us up on Google.
Yeah.
Said, how have you and Nick worked together then? You mentioned that he's your IT solutions provider when you work with these companies, but tell me about how you all work together.
It's a funny thing. It's interesting how we met. And kudos to Chris and Katie, once again, Kremitzos. I was on an engagement, and I was in a pickle, and I didn't know who to use for stuff that was that expertise. And I put a note out on the TBBO forum, hey, I need an IT specialist, and Nick called, and we chatted for a couple of minutes, and he came in, and the client interviewed him, and that's how we met. And he got the engagement, and we worked side by side on that project for about 90 days, and it's something that I really am excited about, in the future, collaborating with Nick with people's needs.
So tell me about some of the companies that you've worked with and some of the results that you've seen in your practice of consulting.
It's an interesting thing. No matter how many companies I work with, here's what I often run into. And when we're in that $3 to $20 million niche, the business owner or CEO is generally the owner, not necessarily, but oftentimes, most times, and they are so heavily taxed with all the different things coming at them, they tend to they tend to hopscotch a lot. CEOs, business owners, they have a real hard time staying on task because, first of all, their personality traits, normally they're visionaries. So they're big global thinkers, and they know where they want to go down the road, and they're not real interested in the little steps along the way. Well, somebody has to be interested in the little steps along the way. So I often identify and help an owner understand that he needs some implementation help in his organization. In fact, we are starting to toy with the idea of actually getting companies to designate a role called the implementer, somebody who takes that task of getting things done through the organization. You know, the TV show Undercover Boss. Everybody loves that show. You know, the big CEO comes in, they change his hair color, put a beard on him, whatever. And the fun part of the show is he can't do the work that the people can do. But the real underlying story there is that upper management, C-level, they have no clue what's going on down below in their organization. And so we try to help organizations, and you don't need us for this. Anybody can do this. Understand that it's so important to have everybody on the same page, which is easy to say, but put in systems whereby there's a constant flow of communication through the entire organization, that all initiatives are built with that end in mind, that how does the next one know, and how does the next level know, and how does the next level, what they're supposed to do. And then overarching over all of that, I get back to my primary point, the CEO or business owner has to keep a steady hand on the helm. They can't, like, next week get a great idea in their ear from somebody and say, oh, we're going to do this. And then the next week we're going to do that. And I know I'm throwing a lot of bullseyes out there, guys. You know that this happens to you often. That is the key. Consistency, congruence, and moving it right through the organization.
How many companies have you assisted through the years?
At least 100 over the years.
And before that, you had 30-plus years of consulting experience?
Actually 30 years in business. Yeah. I started as a grunt in the eyeglass business, fixing machines and working my way up through that. And then when I moved to Florida in 1988, I'm like, oh, I gotta get outside in this weather, man. So I got involved in sales, which was a great thing. Because
what were you selling back then?
Insurance products, wealth management products, and things like that, which was a total gas, really enjoyable, which broke me out of that first life in the ophthalmic industry. And then at one point, I was working with a very, very successful agent in the long-term care industry, and she worked with, at the time it was GE, now Genworth, and there was about 30 agents in an office in Boca Raton, Florida. And so those agents were spread out all the way down to Miami and up to Jupiter, and I was helping her, and she was doing quite well. And some of the other agents came and said, hey, man, can you help me? So I'm like, okay. Next thing I know, I was supposed to be an agent myself. Next thing I knew, I was spending more of my time helping them put together marketing initiatives, free lunch, come lunch and learns, and things like that. And that's how this got started. I kind of accidentally became a marketing productivity consultant. Very good story.
Let me take a quick break. Currently here in studio with Ted Frangos with SEP Consulting. Learn more about him, SEP90.com. And also Nicholas Paris, president of Alpha Computing Solutions. Learn more about him, alphacomputing.com. You're listening to the TBBO Tuesdays edition of That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Tampa Bay weather is a roof killer. That's why when getting your roof done, you want it done right. Hi, I'm Jamie Maloney of That Business Show. When considering a new roof or repair, talk to Westfall Roofing. They've been installing high-quality roofs in Tampa Bay for over 25 years. Get a free, no-obligation estimate by calling 855-99-ROOFING. That's 855-99-ROOFING. Find out what already 15,000 satisfied customers already know. Call now, 855-99-ROOFING.
Are you in need of new flooring or ready to tackle that home remodeling project? Then contact Yeager & Company Incorporated, a family-owned, state-certified general contracting business with over 70 years of experience and the recipient of the Angie's List Super Service Award for the last 8 years in multiple categories. Yeager & Company comes to you with their shop-at-home flooring sales service, and their hardwood flooring refinishing is the very best in the Bay. Kitchen and bath design featuring American-made, well-born cabinets, and all work is done by employees, not subcontractors. Learn more at YeagerFlooring.com.
If you've been following That Business Show on Facebook and Twitter, you may have noticed the quality of some of our images. That's because one of our sponsors is pro photographer Rick Taseda, a member of the Professional Photographers of America. You can view his extensive work by going to his website at ricktaseda.com or call him for an appointment to chat about your photography needs at 813-641-4757. That's 813-641-4757. 4757. Rick Taseda Visuals. Call him for your next event or project. In an age when the good and the better vie for attention, it is the best that stands out. The best of Tampa Bay from Proudly Florida is the love story for the city of Tampa, celebrating success, sharing achievements, a tribute to enterprise and community spirit. Let Proudly Florida showcase your business to your city, your nation, and the world. For more information, email info@proudlyflorida.com and be sure to visit proudlyflorida.com.
Have you ever tried to buy a home for your family only to find out that you don't qualify for a mortgage loan? You thought that after 20 years as a customer of your bank, they would help you when you needed it the most, right? Unfortunately, the banks of today are not the banks of our parents and grandparents, and our relationships with them just don't matter anymore. My name is Frank Cotto, and I'm the president of the Lincoln Lending Group. We all may need a bank, but we also need a Frank. And that's what I'm here to do for you today. Lincoln Lending Group will waive all of your lending fees, which include your mortgage, application fee, your underwriting fee, processing fees, and any bank points. Just call 813-MORTGAGE. You drop the E, and we'll drop the fee.
From the Bright House Networks Traffic Center.
Slow traffic on southbound US 19 between Tampa Road and Curlew due to a crash near County Road 39. Also slow between Northeast Coachman and Bel Air due to a crash just south of Gulf to Bay in the left-hand lane. Howard Franklin Bridge, extra 20 minutes to get across the bridge this morning up through those construction areas near Dale Mabry and Himes. Also the Gandy Bridge very slow from around midspan to the light at West Shore. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson, New York. Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Lead Safe America. Do you live in a historic home? Are you renovating? Your children could be at risk of lead poisoning. It takes just a microscopic amount of lead dust to poison a child. Learn more at leadsafeamerica.org.
Today, mostly sunny and chilly with a high of just 59. Tonight, clear and cold, low 38. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high 64.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
And welcome back, everybody. You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Please help support the show. Visit TampaBayRadio.com. Again, all shows available on demand, and you can peruse all the different local real estate listings, as I am a realtor with Coldwell Banker and have been doing that 8+ years in the Tampa Bay region. So if I can in any way help you buying or selling real estate, please consider me a resource. Reach out to me through the contact form over at TampaBayRadio.com. In studio with Ted Frangos with SEP Consulting. Please visit SEP90.com. And then Nicholas Paris, president of Alpha Computing Solutions, alphacomputing.com. Nick, tell us about some of the many different clients that you've worked with through the years.
Well, we've been very fortunate to work with some very wonderful clients, both large and small. We've done one of the projects I'm very proud that we did was we installed computer labs in all of the high schools in Hillsborough County, and that was probably about 10 to 15 years ago. That was a very big project for us, and we were very pleased to get that. We've also worked with some smaller companies, but we've worked with a local law firm, the law firm of Timothy G. Anderson. Mm-hmm. They are the 2timslaw.com. You might have seen.
Yeah, I see their billboards out there.
Yeah, billboards and commercials out there, absolutely. One of the we've been managing their office for about 15 years now. In fact, most of our clients, this is another fact that I'm proud of, most of our clients have been about 15 years. So we really feel like once we take on a client, we become part of the company. We really feel like we are their outsourced CIO or their IT department. And so from Mr. Anderson's perspective, one of the things that happened was their building got struck directly by lightning, which took out about half their systems and their server. And we spent the next several days rebuilding just about the entire office.
Wow.
And got them back up and running. Did it over a weekend, so that basically they were not down at all. They were down a couple hours on Friday. By Monday morning, they were back up and running again. So
wow, incredible.
Customer service for us is very important.
Now, we talked about cloud-based computing. We talked about a virus, malware, things like that. But what are some of the other solutions that your IT company provides?
Well, one of the things that we've done is we're what's known as a managed service provider, an MSP. And what that means is that we provide a whole series of technology solutions to our customers. So that includes disaster recovery, which is very important to us, and make sure that if something were to happen, they can continue to do business, as well as things like email, phone systems, printing. If it touches your network, we have the ability to monitor, manage, and maintain it.
Yeah, it seems like everything is moving to the cloud these days. I mean, we got Office 365, which is now cloud-based. The Adobe products that I use a lot, they're all cloud-based. Everything's moving to the cloud.
And your phone systems.
Everything.
And your phone systems are now cloud-based.
Yeah, so which is a huge relief to me, because I years ago was always worried about my computer crashing. Still, some things I would lose, but so much of it is now sitting up in the cloud. I mean, how is your data protected though when it's sitting up in the cloud? Is it redundantly? Talk to me about redundancy is what I want to say.
Well, there are redundant systems. In fact, your data is protected from that perspective, but there are also hardware and software firewalls built in so that you're not having to worry about having to purchase all that stuff yourself. I mean, that's the biggest advantage, is that these bigger companies can spend millions and millions of dollars to protect all your data and secure it in a way that you wouldn't be able to as a small business. And so the redundancies are built in, just to make sure that everything's working well.
Tell me how TBBO has helped you in your business. I mean, TBBO Tuesdays want to help support the fellow Tampa Bay business owners, but it's a great networking organization. Nick, tell me how Tampa Bay Business Owners has helped grow your business.
Tampa Bay Business Owners has been fantastic. We have met a lot of people through there. We've also learned a lot through the different summits that they've had. Being in the IT industry, we've gone to things like their Google Summit and their social media summit and things like that. So, you pick up little things here and there, but just the camaraderie and being able to bounce ideas off of other Tampa Bay business owners, as well as to also, get ideas like Ted was saying about HR and things like that there might be some areas that you might not be as proficient in, but somebody else in the organization is.
And Ted, I'll ask you the same question. TBBO, how has it helped grow and get your business out into the community?
Well, I'm glad this is radio, because people looking at me, they say, man, that guy's old. And, the technology changes just so quickly. And TBBO has become, for me, the primary source for understanding what's happening, what's changing, and how to get it implemented, and how to help my clients use the technology that's out there and put it in play. It's just invaluable. It's my total IT education source. And in addition to that, I mean, the networking is off the charts. I mean, I got two cool new friends here today that I wouldn't have met without that. And it is such a high echelon of business owners in there. I've never seen anything like it anywhere in the U.S.
Tell me about your company today. Now, you're the owner and founder. Do you have other consultants that work under you, or the independent contractors? Tell me about
everything
the structure.
I do is with independent contractors. I try to actually ask employers and owners if they can work that into their organizations to do that, because it's easier to add incentives. Incentives, I believe, are everything. The days are gone where an employer could say, you want to get, you need a reason to get your job done. How about your paycheck? Those days are over. Now, I'm an old school guy, and that should be enough, but it's just not. Today, people need incentives, so we like to work those things in. So I work the same way with my team, where everybody has an opportunity to do well and grow the better they do, the more money that they're going to make. And, hanging around with Josh for the last hour, I think everything that I do and say and think is going to be filtered through a movie quote. And so,
if you could watch the stream, you'll also see that he's not really Ray Romano.
They used to call me Billy Cristobal. Nobody knows who he is anymore.
That guy's awesome, actually.
Well, a great discussion. Ted and Nick, thank you all so much for being in studio as part of this TBBO Tuesdays edition.
Thank you.
Jamie, thank you.
Absolutely. Ted Frangos, learn more about him, SEP Consulting. Take advantage of his 90-day guarantee to get your business turned around. And if he isn't able to help you within those first 30 days, you'll get your money back. So give him a call and learn more about that. 813-667-1267. Again, 813-667-1267. And also thank you to Nicholas Parris, president of Alpha Computing Solutions. You can learn more about him over at alphacomputing.com, or pick up the phone and give him a call. 813-839-7671, extension 100. 813-839-7671, extension 100 for your IT solutions. Also want to thank Chris and Katie Kermitzos, the co-founders of the Tampa Bay Business Owners. They are an excellent business networking group, as you probably heard throughout this show. So if if you have a business in the Tampa Bay region, please check out tbbo.org. They've got many great events to take advantage of to help grow your business, and it's one that I highly recommend. And also, please help support this show. Visit tampabayradio.com and connect with me on all the different social media sites, facebook.com/That Business Show, Twitter under Jamie_Maloney. Be sure to tune in tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. for Working Women Wednesdays, and you've been listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.